really wanted to post this video before last Thursday, the day most US Americans celebrate as Thanksgiving. But to many Native Americans, it's known as the Day of Mourning, and as others refer to it, Thanks-taking. You see, many US Americans still believe that the Native Americans and Pilgrims had this grand old feast, and they got along so well. And they did. Once. In 1621. I will leave several links below in the description with the true history, the things that they won't teach us in most schools, because the US is still unwilling to apologize or even acknowledge its role in the genocide and destruction of Native peoples. And you know what? It is still happening. As I speak, North Dakota police are patrolling Native peoples in North Dakota at Standing Rock. On Sunday, November 20th, just days before this country was to celebrate what many believe to be a peaceful action between Native Americans and white people, the police were spraying Native Americans with water cannons in below freezing temperatures. According to The Intercept, Morton County Sheriff Kyle Kirchmeier said, "We do not have water cannons. This is just a fire hose, and we sprayed it as more of a mist, and we didn't want to get it directly on them. But we wanted to use it as a measure to try to keep everybody safe." What? Let me roll this drone footage and you tell me if this looks like just a mist and if they weren't trying to harm anybody. According to the Standing Rock Medic and Healer Council, an estimated 300 people were treated for injuries, including 26 who were taken to area hospitals. Among those taken to hospitals was 21-year-old Sophia Wilansky, a New York City comrade whom many of my friends know, who was shot in the arm by police with a concussion grenade. Pieces of the grenade were removed from her arm, and she will have to have multiple surgeries in order to try to reconstruct it. And she is still at risk for amputation. It is so important that more and more people recognize the lies of the police and our local, state, and federal government, and especially that of the mainstream media. It is important for you to decipher their propaganda and to recognize why it is that they're telling the story of the police in a good light while they're vilifying the actual victims. Realize it, recognize it, and fight like hell against it. Stop watching mainstream media. I know firsthand that politics cause a lot of drama, but we need to talk about it with our friends and our family and our coworkers. It can no longer be ignored. Standing Rock is happening right now. The police have murdered over 1,000 people in the United States just this year. There is talk of people of the Muslim religion having to register. You cannot stay in your comfort zone any longer. So what can we do? We can start by stopping the celebrations of holidays that are rooted in the oppression and genocide of entire groups of people, such as Thanksgiving, Columbus Day, and the 4th of July. Educate yourselves to their true meaning and their true history. Also, if you see somebody being bullied, step in. At the very least, pretend to be their friend and make sure they get out of harm's way. We are hypocrites if we preach to children against bullying and then accept it as adults from the police, the military, and the politicians. You have a responsibility. I have a responsibility to say, hell no, I'm not accepting this. I am not taking this. And not just when they come after us or our children. Do it when you're not being affected. Find out what your children are learning in school and demand that they learn the truth. But first you have to know the truth yourself. Educate yourself. Children can handle more than you think they can. And they deserve to be able to grow up in consciousness and not having to unlearn everything my generation has had to unlearn. It is not fair to them when we know the truth. They deserve to know what's going on in their world. Teach them about Standing Rock. Teach them about police brutality. Teach them about the dark history of this country and its absolute refusal to acknowledge its wrongdoing. And most of all, teach them that they can change the world. And so can you. One of the main things that I want to do with this channel is to help you dig within yourself to find that courage, that confidence, to talk about these things that are taboo, that we're not supposed to talk about, that we're told that politics and religion and this, that, and the next, it all should be silent. That's the reason the world is the way that it is. Too many people remain silent. They remain neutral. We can't do that any longer. We cannot remain neutral. It is up to us. Do you want your children or the next generation growing up and asking you, why is it like this? What did you do to try to change it? Do you want to have to explain to them that they are the reason that you didn't step up? That because you didn't step up, now their generation must take on what your generation had and then more? I don't think so. Until the next video, I leave you with revolutionary love and one more thing.
I fight evil every day I'm living. Rest in peace to men, women, and the children. And middle fingers to the pilgrims that had killed them. Friend of the people.
Happy Thanksgiving.